back with another tutorial. This is just a simple glowy makeup, very light on the eyes and very simple and glowy on the face. I hope you enjoy. Keep on watching. Okay, so we're gonna start off moisturizing the face. So I'm using the Nivea Men's Aftershave, and we're just gonna get that everywhere under the eyes, and this is honestly the best primer. Okay, and then I'm trying a new look, a new type of application. So this is what I got from Scott Barnes, which is J-Lo's makeup artist. So he does the highlight and contour first, and then he blends the foundation into it. So I'm just using CoverGirl's True Blend Concealer and a little bit of Revlon Color Stay Light Pale Concealer under the eyes, down the nose, and the forehead, and on the chin. And we're just blending that out with a beauty blender. And I did spray my face a little bit with setting spray, so I use the Face Atelier one. So blend that in really well, and make sure you go straight down the sides of your nose if you want a really nice highlight. So that was my friend crawling and trying not to get in the camera, but she wasn't as slick as she thought. And I just go over the eyes as a base. So when I do my own makeup, I'm not too fancy. I just kind of use what I have and I go with it. So I'm just waiting to get my concealer from her. And then I'm going with Maybelline Fit Me concealer. This is just a darker shade. I'll put the details down below, but I'm first starting to contour my nose. So I make 2 straight lines down the side of my nose where I want it to be. So however thin you want your nose to be. And then 1 across and underneath to define your tip. Then I'm going in the hollows of my cheekbones, around the perimeter of my face. I'm creating a V around my chin just to give it more of like a sharp, longer look there. And then a little bit kind of winged out on the sides of my eye just to open up my eyes a bit. Then I'm just blending it all in with my beauty blender. Make sure your beauty blender is wet, guys. Don't have a beauty blender, you can just use a flat top dual fiber brush, or more like a buffer brush. And then I'm just blending out the nose contour with a smaller dual fiber brush. This is just, it's a flat brush as well. And then I'm kind of going over it a bit with the beauty blender because there is some lighter concealer, so it's going to help blend that in a little bit better. Now I'm going with my Fenty foundation in the shade 260 and a flat top dual fiber brush, and I'm just going under my contour, blending all that in over my mouth and along my jawline and on my neck, and I will go back and go over my chest as well just to blend everything in. But I'm just putting it basically on my forehead, and I don't need to go over my nose or my under eyes anymore because I already used the concealer there. So this trick, actually, I found that it blends everything really nicely and you don't use as much foundation. So I'm going back in just under my eye with the Revlon concealer and just a little bit down the side of my nose. And this is, again, it's called Light Pale. And the one that I used from CoverGirl was called Buff Beige, if you guys have a similar skin tone to me. Blending. So it's really important when you're doing a wet contour like this that you blend it out really well, or else you'll end up with really dark, harsh lines. Now I'm just baking my under eye with the Airspun powder and my beauty blender. This honestly makes the world of a difference in your makeup. Honestly, guys, you have to do this. And I'm just going under my contour as well to just give it like a sharper edge. And then I'm going in with my MAC Studio Fix powder in NC30, and I'm just going over my forehead and my face just to mattify everything and give it a flawless finish. And then obviously you want to go over your jawline and your neck. So here's me just adding more foundation to match my neck to my face, and I'm going down onto my chest as well. Okay, and then I'm going with my Benefit brow gel. So this is tinted, and I'm just brushing my hairs upwards for that fluffy natural look. So I don't really go hard with my brows nowadays. Like, you'll notice like they're pretty light, more natural. I don't really go in with like that ombre look anymore, but if you guys like that look, you can definitely do that. I will make another tutorial and show you how I do an ombre brow. But now I'm just going back with my Benefit brow pencil, and I'm just defining my arch and the tail of my brows, just to make it a little bit more defined and darker. So I actually am a little blind, guys. I couldn't really see my mirror too well, so I had to pull up with my compact mirror to just double check. I'm grabbing a fluffy blending brush, and I'm gonna go in my semi-sweet chocolate palette, and that color is called Mocha. I'm just going to lightly blend it in the crease and in the outer V, and then under my waterline. This is a really nice, like, warm brown, and it's a really nice transition color for most looks. I use this. If you don't have this, or if you want to get one from MAC, I really like the Swiss chocolate eyeshadow, or even the soft brown as well. And I'm kind of just going back and forth to make sure it's a little bit darker and it matches on both sides. And now I'm going with MAC brown down. So that one's more of like a darker cool tone brown, and I'm using that just to define the crease mainly, and then dragging a little bit into the crease as well, into the inner part of my eye. And then underneath. Okay, and then I'm just using my finger, and I'm going into the color Kitten from the Stila in the light palette. Because I don't want this to be too dramatic, I'm just using my finger, but you can use a brush as well. If you want it to be really bright and shiny, you could spray your brush with setting spray, but I didn't do that. I went over with the gold shade from my MAC highlighting palette. And now I'm just using my blending brush again, just to kind of blend everything in together so there's no harsh lines. And now I'm taking a tapered brush with just a black shadow. That one's the one from the Stila palette. If you have MAC, you can use MAC Carbon, just any black shadow, and you're just gonna define the outer V a little bit and go along the lash line. So this is a little rough and a little messy, but I will go back with a more defined, a more smaller brush. It's more of like a flat shader brush, but a very small pointy one, and I'm gonna go in just along the lash line and darken that up. You can see here. Honestly, guys, these steps don't have to be perfect. You'll see it's a little bit messy because we will go over and put on mascara and lashes, and then no one can tell. So I am just kind of doing it quickly and roughly, but if you wanted to take more time, you can really blend everything out, but it's not necessary. I'm just going back in and just defining the outer V a little bit more with some brown. And then I'm just grabbing a pencil brush, and I'm going into the Anastasia Nicole Guerrero palette. This is honestly my favorite palette for highlighting. It's just super pigmented and the colors are really nice. So I'm going in with like a light champagne color, but any highlighter you have will work, just in the inner tear duct and under the brows. And now I'm just kind of cleaning off all the excess powder from our baking. And now I'm going in with an angled flat brush into MAC's Taupe, and I'm just going over my nose contour again. So this is like more of a cool tone brown, which is gonna mimic a shadow a lot better, and it'll look a lot more natural. So try to stay away from orange or really bronzy shades when you're contouring because it does not look natural. And then I'm going in with a clean brush and I'm just blending that out. Now I went in with the highlighting palette again from Anastasia and a pencil brush and just going over the tip of my nose, down the bridge, on my cupid's bow, on my chin, and then I'm going over above my cheekbones to give a highlighted look, and then the temples of my forehead. And then I'm going over my lips just to create more of a solid base before I do my lipstick. So now I'm going in with Hoola bronzer from Benefit. I'm going along my jawline and the hollows of my cheeks, blending it in under, if you do it under your bottom lip, it'll give it more of a shadow underneath, so it'll make your lip look a little bit bigger. And now I'm going in with Melba blush from MAC and just on the apples of my cheeks, I'm blending that into the contour. It's like a really nice peachy natural color. And then I just took my beauty blender and I just cleaned up under my eye a little bit. And then blending that out with my powder brush. Just looking for my mascara, I think. Alright, so I'm using the NYX mascara and I'm just going in. This doesn't have to be perfect because we're putting lashes on top, but I always do top and bottom mascara. Alright, and then we're doing lip liner. So this is Kylie Cosmetics Dolce K. It's a really intense brown, but once we blend it in with the lipstick, it looks really nice. So I'm just going over the edges, overlining a little bit, and then filling in the sides and down the center of the lip to make them appear bigger. So we're basically kind of contouring the lip. Shading on the sides there. And then for lipstick, I was using MAC's Honeylove. It's a really nice matte nude. And we're just kind of blending everything in. I think I was just touching up my nose there. There was some mascara. Don't you guys hate when that happens? Okay, and that's the Fenty, I think it's called Fussy, but it's the lip gloss from Fenty, and I'm going over that. And then I added some lashes, and that's the final look. I did go back with MAC Soft and Gentle highlight, so just mineralized powder, and I'm going over my highlight just to give it more of like a brighter look, blending a little bit. I always go back and do little touch-ups. And then I'm setting everything with the Face Atelier spray. And that's the final look. I hope you guys enjoy. Leave your comments down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!